Jesus washes his disciples' feet. Before the Passover celebration, Jesus knew that his hour had come to leave this world and return to his Father. He had loved his disciples during his ministry on earth, and now he loved them to the very end. So he got up from the table, took off his robe, wrapped a towel around his waist and poured water into a basin. Then he began to wash the disciples' feet, drying them with the towel he had around him. When Jesus came to Simon Peter, Peter said to him, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" Jesus replied, "You don't understand now what I am doing, but someday you will." "No," Peter protested, "you will never ever wash my feet." Jesus replied, "Unless I wash you, you won't belong to me." Simon Peter exclaimed, "Then wash my hands and head as well, Lord, not just my feet." Jesus replied, "A person who is bathed all over does not need to wash except for the feet to be entirely clean. And you disciples are clean, but not all of you." For Jesus knew who would betray him. That is what he meant when he said, "Not all of you are clean." After washing their feet, he put on his robe again and sat down and asked, "Do you understand what I was doing? You call me teacher and Lord, and you are right because that's what I am. And since I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you ought to wash each other's feet. I have given you an example to follow. Do as I have done to you. I tell you the truth. Slaves are not greater than their master, nor is the messenger more important than the one who sends the message. Now that you know these things, God will bless you for doing them." I was 14 years old when I attended my first Maundy Thursday service. I heard the story of Jesus sharing the Passover meal, and that bit I knew quite well, but not the part about Jesus washing his friends' feet. I felt like I was intruding on a deeply intimate and personal act, but more than anything, I wanted to be there with them. Jesus shared in many intimate moments with his friends. One such act was when Mary poured oil over the feet of Jesus and then dried his feet with her hair. This loving act was performed in public, during a meal, but it was one that would have been shared in private between lovers. Such was the love Mary had for Jesus, she dared to show everyone. As Jesus sat with his friends that evening, he knew it would be the last one before his death. How could he show them how much he loved them? Maybe Jesus was inspired by Mary, by her brave, loving act. Maybe he was also inspired by Martha, Mary's sister, whose gift was hospitality and service. Jesus decided to show his friends the depth of his love in that moment by an act of loving service, by washing their feet. But he didn't stop there. He told them that they must do the same. They must show their love for others in acts of kindness. Over the past few weeks, we've seen such heartwarming acts of kindness on the news and all over the internet as the world has gone into lockdown. This evening we can't wash each other's feet, as is often the tradition in our church service. But maybe before you go to bed this evening you could be brave and courageous and reach out with kindness and perhaps tell a friend or a family member just how much they mean to you and that you love them.